Welcome back to Sly Nation's Spire of Stars Raid Guide Part 2. You've just finished the Statue Garden, now you're heading down into the first real jumping puzzle of Destiny 2. While Eater of Worlds had an actual jumping puzzle, this one is far larger, way more fun, and let's not forget the exotic and secret chest, which you will soon be getting. What's going on, Guardians? Sly here, back at it once again with part 2 of my raid guide for Spire of Stars. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope that my detailed guides are everything that you need. If some questions aren't answered, always comment down below. There are tons of knowledgeable raiders out there that help out in the comments. So feel free to ask away, and either myself or they will help you with what you need to know. So in this video, we're checking out what to do in the second encounter within Spire of Stars. Now, I consider this an encounter because it is a separate checkpoint and there's a chest here as well. Not to mention a secret chest, which we will get to in a second. So first things first, let's talk about what to do. This jumping puzzle is actually pretty fun. The spinning fan blades are a pretty cool idea. You have to ascend and descend these fan blades while watching out for the bug zappers, or I guess we can call them guardian zappers, at certain pinch points. At around the halfway mark, we kind of veer off to get a chest and then continue the path to get the secret chest. So once you beat the statue garden, head over to the very front of the room where the Kala statue is. It's really close to the chest, and behind it is a doorway that will drop down into the new area. As you make your way through the hallways and get into the giant jumping puzzle, walk towards one of the triangle plates that kind of extend out from the catwalk. Now notice the room on your right with 3 levers in it, along with a circle on the floor. You'll have to go in there here in a second, but first, head towards that triangle plate and look towards the ceiling after passing the room with the levers. There will be some pipes up above you with kind of like a bluish glow behind them. Shoot it and it will end up breaking a box behind it. This will drop the ball on the triangle plate that's sticking out from the end of the catwalk. Now, as we learned in the first raid guide, those triangle plates have the white wisps radiating out of them. Stepping on it without a ball will give you the engulfed status effect that will ultimately kill you unless you're past the ball. However, with the ball in hand, you can safely step on the plate and it will start charging the ball with greed. Now, you don't need to constantly stand on it. Simply running over top of it for a split second is enough to get the ball started charging. But remember, you only have a limited amount of time that you can hold onto the ball. Anything past times 10 greed and it will kill you. So pass the ball before it gets to times 10. The idea here is to make it across the entire jumping puzzle, passing the ball from person to person until you reach a checkpoint, where you can then start again. Now within each of these columns, there's a little room with what looks like a ball that's clamped into the wall. You're going to see that a little later on in part 3 as well. This is what you need to throw the charged ball at once you get there. We'll call it a node from here on out. Now doing this will not only checkpoint the ball, so you don't have to go back to the beginning, but it checkpoints your respawn as well. You can die as many times as it takes without penalty. It's actually quite the fun mechanic. Well, fun at least for now. So there are 2 ways to do this, y'all. You can spread out and pass the ball from the plate to the receptacle from person to person and kind of like, be stationary at halfway points, or you can simply travel as a group and pass it at the opportune moment, which is a little more risky, but it usually works out. Now, I had better footage of all of this last week, but due to video corruption on my PC, I had to end up redoing the first 2 parts of this, and it was with a different group than I normally use, which we were successful, but I didn't get the chance to get all the shots that I'm used to getting to show every detail, so I apologize about that in advance. Either way, this will still get the point across. So to start this bad boy at the beginning and at every checkpoint across the jumping puzzle, you will need 3 people inside the lever room or checkpoint room. The first lever is in the room we talked about a little bit earlier. You'll notice 3 lights on the console, and they will turn green once enough players are in the room. When 3 guardians are with you, you can activate the lever, which will then swing the bridge towards the direction you need to go. So go ahead, pull the levers, and then follow the bridge while passing the ball from person to person. Be sure to let your greed fade away all the way before picking it back up again. The first few parts here are pretty easy. Just work your way around the columns by jumping on the spinning fans. When you see a guardian zapper, jump on top of them and then either look down, look up, or look back behind you and upwards. These stationary platforms are the best place to use when passing the ball from person to person. While the ball has awesome aim assist, you can still whiff it, so be careful about that. Once you make it to the first checkpoint room, which by the way is the easiest to get to, throw the ball at the node and then wait for 2 other guardians to join you. Go ahead and activate the lever, which will then raise or swing a bridge to you so you can continue your journey. Once you make it to the second checkpoint room, go ahead and throw the ball at the node and then look up towards the ceiling. You'll notice that you can jump through it and out another window right above you. This is how you access the first chest, which can drop exotic engrams, which you'll see here in a second. You have to jump onto the Guardian Zapper, then down to the fan blade, and immediately back up again onto some pipes. There will be a platform, and that's where the first chest is located. Once you grab it, head back to the checkpoint room and grab the ball once again. It'll spawn actually where you just jumped up to. Now below, where the ball spawns, on the floor of the checkpoint room, there will be another triangle with a wisp on it. Grab the ball, activate greed by running over it, and then start heading over to the next set of bridges and up the third fan column. Now this one is a bit tricky, so it's a good thing the checkpoint isn't that far away. Once you make it to the final checkpoint room, simply throw the ball at the node, and then the rest from here on out is a cakewalk. Grab the ball, activate greed, and pass it along as you walk towards the door at the far end of these catwalks and bridges. Now once you make it to the main building, hang a left at these tunnels and then keep passing the ball. At the end of the hallway there will be the final node. Throw the ball onto it and ta-da! The chest is to your immediate left. Now a door will open allowing you to enter and grab it. So this chest drops raid armor, so you know it's kind of a pain in the butt to do all this, but it is most definitely worth your time taking to grab it. At least it is while you're still trying to get your power level up. Once you guys get your drops and you all gawk at how ugly and reused the armor pieces are, simply head back into the direction you came from and then head straight into the circle room. Shoot the locks off the circular wall in the center of the room, which will then drop the circular wall, allowing you to access the teleporter. Go ahead and jump on in and make your way to the top of the spire. Once you get to the top, be sure to approach the door as a team because you don't want to miss the Callous beatdown. But that is really about it, Guardians. That's part 2 of my raid guide and how to get both chests from the jumping puzzle within the new Spire of Stars raid lair. Hope you enjoyed it and hope the loot drops forever in your favor. Keep an eye out for part 3 of my raid guide as we will dig into the mechanics of the Celestial Observatory, which also isn't really that hard, but there are a lot of steps to follow. In fact, we 5-manned it the first day it was out, which you will see in my video here soon. So enjoy it, and thank you all so much for watching. Take care, Guardians, and keep those eyes peeled for tons more D2 Warmind videos coming out in the very near future, including parts 3 and 4 of my raid guide. But until then, this is your dude Sly, and I'll catch you all next time.